Part 2. Digging underground to rob the bank. While he was walking, he saw that this tunnel was not ordinary and it was no longer related to their business. He noticed that the tunnel was going to Banco Central. He was nervous and hurried up the tunnel. The next day he talked to Barão and said goodbye when he was leaving. His brother asked him why he suddenly planned to leave, and he told them that he discovered what they were doing. He said that what they were doing was tunneling to Banco Central and not related to the landscaping business. Barão got angry and told him that after all, they found out their secret. He can't leave the group, because if he leaves, Barão will knock him out. Dinevildo did nothing and just cried. The group continues digging. The tunnel is well ventilated with an air conditioner and electric fan inside. Its walls are supported by wood. You can tell that the professional did it. Barão spent 200,000 reals on it. A week before the robbery, their accomplice guard at the Banco Central resigned, a mistake that the police noticed, on the night of August 6, 2005. They were already under the building of the Banco Central. They slowly destroyed the 1.1-meter thick steel reinforced concrete blocking it. When it was broken, they slowly went upstairs and avoided the CCTV cameras and motion sensors, so the person who was in the CCTV control room did not see them entering. He had no idea that they were robbing the bank. They went to the old money. They just took down the screen blocking it and quickly put it in sacks. They immediately passed it to their colleagues until the hole in the tunnel. Those in the tunnel, they took it out until they can put it in the close van. While they were loading the money, Barão ordered Dinevildo to line the entire office with an agriculture line to erase their fingerprints. They didn't waste any more time and left immediately. They went straight to their hideout and counted the money they stole, and it was worth 165 million Brazilian reals, or worth $30 million. They shared a huge amount. Case the only 9 people will receive only 1.5 million Brazilian reals each. That's what they talked about at the beginning. The remaining 150 million will all go to Barão, who is their leader and finances all the operations. So one of their colleagues, Salo, complained. He said that they did it too hard. They should be divided equally. Barão got angry and shot him. The others were scared, so they didn't speak. Barão immediately buried Salo. After that, it was here that Barão gave them their money and told them to hide and not spend it. And they were told not to see each other first so that they wouldn't get caught by the police, so they were happy that they all separated. August 2005, on Monday morning, the guards in Brazil inspected every office building. When they entered the vault, they were surprised because the other money was gone. They looked around and saw the big hole there. They hurried to call the police. When the police arrived, they were wondering how the CCTV and motion sensor did not see these thieves. So they thought that this was not an ordinary robbery. The robbers seemed to know the layout of the bank very well. The police inspected the tunnel and they were surprised because the structure of the tunnel was made by a professional. They saw that the tunnel was well ventilated with aircon and an electric fan, and there were wood and iron supports on the side, and the electrical wirings were unassembled properly. So they said to themselves that the person who planned it knew excavation, also knew to engineer, and was also a math expert. While they were walking through the tunnel, they found a prepared card and gave it to the federal police. At the end of the tunnel they noticed that it was connected to a commercial property. There was a staircase and they climbed it. They were very surprised because the whole property was covered with an agricultural line, so the fingerprints will be erased because of this chemical. So what the police have in mind is the thieves knew something about the investigation. What the federal police have done in the prepared card that they picked up, they located the cell phone loaded with it. When they located the cell phone, they immediately found out the owner of the cell phone. But they caught him right away, because if they caught him right away, those who were with them would be alarmed and run away. So they did an operation, they call it Operation Mole Faction. The purpose of this operation is to first observe the group and identify the accomplices. When they find out about the other members, they will start arresting them one by one. Barão made a plan to confuse the police in the investigation. He put 2.3 million Brazilian reals in his car and then they put it on the truck. They contracted the truck to send the car to São Paulo, Brazil. What they didn't know was that Barão had a connection with the police, so he pretended to be the one investigating. The police stopped the truck and arrested the driver, and they opened the car and found 2.3 million Brazilian reals. They thought that the leader was already in São Paulo, Brazil. Alias Leo, who was a former police officer, conspired with his former co-workers, because they found out that they were the ones who stole the central bank. In order for Leo not to report this to the police, he needs to point out his companions to the police so that they can get the other millions. Leo did nothing, so they went to his other colleagues and stole their money. 2 of them got money, then they even killed them, so their police accomplices were happy that they got a lot of money. The other police were listening in the call on Dinabildo's cell phone. They found a lot of important information because Mineiro told Dinabildo to his house so they could all meet, because Mineiro heard that someone had murdered 2 of their colleagues and they took the money. In his hunch that there was a traitor in their company, Mineiro also called Leo to go and have a meeting with them. Because Mineiro did not know that the traitor was alias Leo, so Leo and his accomplices, the policemen, very happy because they thought that everyone in the meeting was holding millions. The police have already prepared for the day of the group meeting. Here they will arrest the criminals. The day has come when they meet Mineiro and others. The police pretended to sweep, others jogged, others walked like a married couple, and others fixed electric poles. The members entered the house one by one. The police spent 20 minutes making sure everyone was inside. They entered the house and arrested them all. They were charged with one case after another. They also arrested the former security of the bank, because in their investigation it was an inside job. So they know the layout very well because of the resigned security guard. They also found out that he had deposited 1 million reals in his bank 2 weeks after the robbery. The real mastermind that Barão was not caught by the police is because they did not know that he had a connection between the police force and those sitting in the government.